12th class, 3rd chapter, 22nd session, last session. That is a second application of potentiometer to find the internal resistance of a cell. What? To find the internal resistance of a cell. What actually internal resistance is? Let me try an example. Suppose you have a cell of EMF E. Let me try to explain it. What is internal resistance and what is the difference between terminal potential difference and EMF? Suppose you have a cell of EMF E, and if you connect an ideal voltmeter across this, the voltmeter will be reading EMF. Okay, if you connect an ideal voltmeter means a voltmeter which do not draws any current. That's an ideal voltmeter. If you place an ideal voltmeter across this, what you are going to get here is the EMF. Now suppose you have a cell and you connect an external resistor across it. Now you take a voltmeter, ideal voltmeter, to measure the reading. What you are getting now is not EMF, but it is potential difference, V. You will be getting V equal to IR. Okay. You will be getting V equal to IR. See, this voltmeter is not taking any current, ideally speaking. So you will be getting V equal to IR. But previously you were getting EMF itself. So reading will be equal to EMF. Here the reading is equal to potential difference or terminal potential difference. So that's the basic difference between EMF and potential difference. Now let me explain how we measure the internal resistance using potentiometer wire. Again, the primary circuit of the potentiometer is exactly same. You have to explain the figure for your actual board exam. See, the primary circuit of the potentiometer is exactly the same. Like you have so many, a long wire, 10 meter long wire is made like this on a wooden plank, just like above. And you have one source cell, source EMF, connected to a rheostat, maybe with a key, suppose. If you need a key, you can apply a key also. And this is the rheostat, this is a key, and this is the source EMF. Next, this is the primary circuit. So the source EMF will make a current to flow through this potentiometer wire. This is what actually happens. Now you need the secondary circuit. Secondary circuit, again I've got a 6-way key. Here a cell whose EMF E and internal resistance R, which is to be measured. Here a non-resistor R, and now the galvanometer, and finally the jockey. Okay. Now what you have to do is switch on the circuit, connect between, if I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, connect between 1 and 3, 2 and 4. Connect between what? 1 and 3 and 2 and 4, and move the jockey to find the measuring to find the balancing length. Suppose you are getting a balancing length over here, like you are moving the balancing length like this. Suppose you are getting the balancing here, so you can measure that length as L1. And now the balancing is for EMF, because there is only one cell introduced in the circuit, which is EMF only. So this we can say EMF is equal to what? L1E. where E stands for again potential gradient, which is the potential difference developed per unit length of the wire. Now, next step. This is equation 1. Next step. Keeping the connection here, that should be that should retain there. Previously, when you were dealing with comparison of EMF of two cells, you were disconnecting it and connecting the second, right? Now, keeping this connection same there, keeping the connection there. Now let's connect 3,5 and 4,6. So when you're writing exam, you have to say like keep the connection like maintain the EMF E in the circuit. Along with that, connect between 3,5 and 4,6. So what happens? An parallel resistor is introduced in the circuit, just like this, where now the balancing will not be with EMF. The balancing will be with potential difference. There again you have to repeat the experiment. You have to balance one another length. Okay, suppose this is balancing here. Potential difference is less than EMF, so the balancing length will be small. So suppose it is balancing over here. So we can say potential difference is balancing the new length, or is balanced by the new length, is equal to L2E. So you have two equations. Now if you take the ratio E by V, that will be equal to L1 by L2, because you are not changing potential gradient, so the potential gradient will remain the same. And do you remember one equation? E was equal to I into R plus R. This was the equation I told you already, divided by potential difference is equal to IR, equal to L1 by L2. So I cancels. So R plus R divided by capital R is equal to L1 by L2. R plus R divided by capital R is equal to L1 by L2. Now you can say it like R by R is 1 plus R by R equal to L1 by L2. So R by R is equal to L1 by L2 minus 1. So small r, what we need to find, the internal resistance, equal to capital R into L1 by L2 minus 1. Or else you can write like capital R into L1 minus L2 by L2. This is the way we measure the internal resistance of a cell. So when you study the when you write it in the exam, what you have to do is draw the figure and neatly explain the figure. This thing is not required. This thing is not required to write in the exam. I gave you just for the understanding. Okay, then you have to explain what we have done in words, finally to the equations. So that's all about the chapter current electricity. And throughout my discussion with the basic theory part, we were just introducing the concept. And subscribe the channel, and you will get our discussion on NCERT problems, exercise problems for each chapters for the upcoming classes. Thank you.